Hey everybody, we're going to be doing another video in our continuing series of videos, how to ride a motorcycle. Today's topic will be how to ride a motorcycle and survive. So we're going to be giving you some safety tips that have helped me. I ride on the streets and I also ride on the freeways, but most of my riding is on the freeways, and you have a higher fatality rate on the freeways if you crash. So let's get on the motorcycle and I'll show you how to survive these freeways over here, the mean, unforgiving freeways of California. We're going to be riding the Suzuki 600 Katana. Mosey on over here. We just gassed up. Not bad, I gassed up. It was 1182 total, and I filled the tank, and I was pretty much running on empty. So we're going to put the camera in the visor. Now check this out. You see on the inside of my visor I have two Velcro strips, right? Now I'm going to put the camera in front of this mirror. Watch how there's Velcro on the front of the camera, and then I put it right in front of my mouth in the visor. Check it out. Now the camera that we're using is the Epic Kodak V570. It's not called Epic, but I think it's epic. It's Kodak V570. Now check it out, I'm hands-free. So we're going to get on the motorcycle. I'm going to start it up. Here we go. We got it started. Now, before we go out on the freeway, I want to show you something. Get off. Notice I have a motorcycle jacket on with CE armor. I have pants on with CE armor. I have high top shoes with steel toe. I have gloves on with the knuckle protectors and these little rubber finger protectors. I have earplugs on, which you can't see that, but they're like foam earplugs, right? I have a full face helmet, Scorpion. Now we're sporting the D&D exhaust from Fort Worth, Texas, so we'll give it a few revs and then we're out of here. Here we go. Now we're going to talk about how to survive, right? So a lot of these things are common sense for the seasoned riders, but for the newbies, notice I don't have any cars coming for a zillion miles, and that's good. You want to always put distance between you and the cagers. Now for those of you that are new to motorcycle riding, we call cagers, we call these vehicles, truck drivers, car drivers, cagers, because you're like in a cage. I'm a cager too sometimes when it's raining. Now, see these little rubber protector tips on my finger and stuff? We got a red light here, that's why I'm just cruising. We're getting on the freeway right now, so hang in there. You'll be surprised. People say, well, what's that going to do? Well, I've been hit by pieces of metal and things that practically bust my fingers off. And I know that if I didn't have these protectors here on my fingers, I'd have a few less fingers. Look at that guy on the Harley right there. See if he's getting on the freeway. I'll get you some good footage. And I gave him the wave. We'll see if he comes up here. I've had things hit my leg. I had more things hit my leg than hit my hands. Sometimes I would ride with just jeans, and boy, you can feel it. These rocks, pieces of metal, even tire with the steel pieces still in it when it hits you. Getting on the freeway. Now, in order to survive when you're getting on the freeway, speed is life. You know, the fighter pilots in the Air Force have a saying, speed is life. So true on the freeways also. want to stay up to speed with the rest of the vehicles. Oh, look at that guy on the motorcycle. See if we can catch up with him. No. I knew that guy wanted to get over. So I like to distance myself away from people. See how I'm distancing myself? That's what you want to do. I won't ride right alongside someone like this. I won't be like this, like right alongside them, because they can swerve into your lane. So I like to have distance between myself. Now, and the cagers. Now check this out. Look at this sign on the top right. Can you read it? This is good. This was not planned. Gusty winds ahead. So if you ever needed a lesson on going through something that's challenging, gusty winds are the worst. Talk to any motorcycle rider. They'd rather have rain or heat, but not gusty winds. Gusty winds moves us all over the lane. So I'm going to be giving you some gusty winds coming up here in a moment. I can kind of feel it already. Let's talk about gusty winds, strong winds. You don't want to hold on to the handlebars with a death grip. You want to lightly hold on to them because you are going to take some strong winds, and you want your arms to be able to kind of be like shock absorbers for the wind. You don't, if you hold on tight, then it's going to move the handlebar around. So you kind of want some flex in your arms. So when the big gust of wind hit you, see if I go around this guy. When the big gust of winds hit you, you kind of roll with it. So we're getting closer. Hey, while we're doing this, I'll give you some other tips. Don't forget to go here, right below the video, it says shotgunhelp.net. Don't forget to go there, and we have what's called a free stuff area. I got some free games, free software, free antivirus programs, free optimization tools, free anti-spyware, free anti-malware programs, all types of good stuff. Tell you about some close calls we've had. I've had people like, the main thing you're going to see a lot as motorcycle riders is like what I've had people just swerve into my lane, and I mean, you're like, how could this dude not see me? So my motto is you always want to have an escape. You want to have an escape where you can, there's a motorcycle rider, by the way, right in front of me, about 30 car lengths, and I'm gaining on him a little bit. Sport bike rider. But you always want to have an escape that you can move to. Now see right here, I have an escape. There's like really nothing around me. Seems like we're gaining on the motorcycle rider. About 20 car lengths ahead of us now. See that tire right there? You'll see tires in front of you. 14 car lengths from the motorcycle. Hold on. My nose is. About 14 car lengths. Remember those gusty winds? This is where it gets bad over here. About 10 car lengths now, right in front of us. Now that freeway, if I would have taken that one straight, hold on a sec, we're counter steering here. Counter steering is where you put the handlebars in the opposite direction, so I'm pulling towards me, towards my rib cage with this left handlebar. Your head's always got to be like on a pivot. Look at it. It's so windy, I think his jacket just unzipped. So we're finally up to the motorcycle rider. See what he's on. Like an R6 or an R1, I can't tell yet. I'm changing freeways to the right here. Let's see if he goes. There's an on-ramp here to the right that I'm going to. Haven't really got those, looks like he is going that way. Haven't really got those gusty winds yet. I still have to get over on the right, but there's not much room. Semi. He's in front of this semi right here on the right. Stupid rescue leader truck. Here he is. You're going to see us go through these corners here. Now watch this. He's going to kind of punch through this at a good speed. That's the R1, R6. Those things handle great. Going to give him some room because he's going to get behind this truck here. You think? No. He's going in front of the truck. Shouldn't have gave him room. Alright, we get some gusty winds over here, but just remember, sometimes the winds are so strong, you're going to have to get off the freeway. I've had that, where you know you're going to crash because the winds are just really strong, right? And for your safety, you're better just to get off the freeway and alright, now we're finally going to see what this dude's on. Let's see. Oh yes, it's an R6, buddy. R6. He's got like a skull handkerchief on. There he goes. He has no license plate on the back. I always pass like a bread factory right there, like Wonder Bread. Oh, it smells so good. Now, if you guys are going to get a motorcycle, you notice he's on an R6, right? Now, that's an epic bike to get. In my opinion, that's the best 600 motorcycle out there right now. The R6. Now, he's on a light, very light bike. I'm on a very heavy bike, which I like his bike better. Of course, his is a better bike. But for this wind, I bet this is a more comfortable bike. I'm not blowing around as much. Although his bike's much better. I mean, isn't that epic? Look at it. You know, I sat on an R6 and I couldn't believe how light it was. It was just so light. Now, a lot of you are wondering, how am I filming? See, I'm looking straight ahead, but you ever see the Apache helicopter combat pilots? They'll turn their head to the right, and the gun turret moves to the right. They'll turn it to the left, and the gun turret moves to the left, right? So, whatever way I turn my head, the camera moves there. Whoa, here's the wind. Hear it? My head's straight. Whatever way I turn my head, the camera moves that way, but I can keep looking a certain way. See, we're getting strong winds now. Notice I have a light grip on the handlebars. Look at the front of this bike. Very aerodynamically designed. What's great about this bike, the Katana 600, and his bike, notice I'm tucked down. The windscreen's like right above my nose. See? I can tuck down where all the wind goes over me. Not that wind's a problem with this bike, but when you get these strong winds. He's got an HJC helmet, very good quality helmet. He's got the dark tint. To help fight the blazing sun. I have a little trigger right here on the left side. I don't know if you can see it. Look at my finger. See that little yellow trigger? And I can pull that trigger and it'll flash the bright. So if I'm going to pass someone, I'll pull that trigger and flash the brights at them and let them know that I'm passing. Hey, if you're going to get a motorcycle, remember, make sure you get a motorcycle based on where you're going to ride it. Notice he and I are on 600. 600's fine for the freeway. You got enough power, more than, and especially if you get the R6. Now, if you're a brand new rider, of course, don't get the R6 or the bike I'm on.
The bike I'm on isn't all super powerful and everything compared to his bike, but mine's very heavy, which I like that for these winds. But his is very light. His is literally a street legal racing bike. I mean, they race those at the track. I don't know, I don't want to get boxed in here. Now that guy, what he would do, he'd just cut right down the middle. I'll signal, I got my right turn signal on, here we go. Pulling the trigger. Thanks, brother, you let me through. Now, if we continue to go this way, I'm going to give you a bonus. I'm going to show you counter steering. And I really want to keep up with this guy to go through these corners up here, because we're going to be doing some counter steering. And counter steering is where, if I want to go right, turn right, I'm going to pull this handlebar back towards my rib cage, and I'm going to push this one outward, and that's going to lean the bike this way to the right. And we do have, in about 3 minutes, we have some corners coming up here, so you can really see how the counter steering works, like if you're trailing another bike as you go through it, as it leans left and right. Now why would that person put his brake? Alright, here comes the counter steering. Now what you're going to see, I think this is the part. No, it's not the part. This is the part where we go downhill. Then the counter steering comes. But I guess I could chat with you. If you're going to get a motorcycle, get one based on where you're going to ride it. Like if you're going to be riding the freeways like this guy and I are, you need something with some power. Because these freeways, as you can see, you need power. You can't be having semi-trucks coming up behind you. I had a Ninja 250, and when these semi-trucks would come up behind you, like, you know, you got to have power to get out of there. You'll end up in that vehicle right there, that moored vehicle. He's getting off, see? Here we go. Well, I'll end it with the counter steering. Stop by our website at shotgunout.net. There's a chat room we all hang out in. You go to shotgunout.net. Notice it's right below this video. And get a lot of bumps here. In about 2 seconds it's going to be smooth. Ah, there we go. You go to shotgunout.net and there's a chat room, our free stuff area. Alright, so here's the counter steering part. We're going kind of slow, but we'll pick up speed. We're going to brake to the left and brake to the right. So I'm going to show you when we brake to the right how the counter steers. I'm going to pull this handlebar towards me, just applying pressure this way. I'm going to push this one outward. Get some speed so I can show you. Alright, right here I'm going to go the other way. That's the plan at least. Pulling back towards me with this left handlebar. See how it leans the bike? So we got another one coming up here. So it's more like counter leaning because she's not really turning. It's almost like skateboarding or skiing or surfing. Watch, I'm going to pull back again right here. right and then one to the left. There go to the right. Now one to the left. Left is different. I'm going to push forward this way with that handlebar and pull back with the right one. See, I'll pull it right there. Going right around the corner. You just keep that pressure on it. Steady pressure up against the handlebar. Like when I'm going to go left here, I'm going to pull back this way towards me and I'm going to hold it back. And I'm going to apply pressure like this forward towards ahead of me, towards the front of the motorcycle this way. But you hold it, steady pressure, and you kind of, if you need to lean more to the corner, you kind of apply more pressure and it'll lean left and right as you go past this dude. Notice I don't allow myself to be boxed in. I don't want to be boxed in up against the wall. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. How to survive as a motorcycle rider. I know I did. And remember, the most important thing, always make sure you have on the full armor. Very important.